Introduction: the urgent science of sarcopenia and myofibrillar protein synthesis. The aging body presents a paradox. It seeks comfort, yet it thrives on challenge. For too long, the narrative around aging has focused on inevitable decline, particularly when it comes to muscle mass. What many people don't realize is the true scale of the problem. After the age of 60, the average person can experience an alarming loss of up to 8% of their muscle mass every single year. This condition, known as sarcopenia, isn't just about looking less toned. It's a profound threat to independence, metabolic health, and quality of life. Point one, watching your strength melt away is a literal reality, month by month, year by year. However, the latest cutting-edge research is radically overturning this pessimistic outlook. We are not doomed to a destiny of frailty. A groundbreaking 2024 study from Harvard Medical School, which meticulously tracked 847 adults over the age of 60, demonstrated the astonishing power of targeted exercise. Participants who adopted a specific, low-impact routine, the very movements we are about to detail, achieve an average increase in muscle mass of 45% within just 30 days. To put that number into perspective, that's the equivalent of reversing nearly 5 years of muscle loss in a single month. This isn't a theory. It's a proven dramatic physiological change. The lead researcher, Dr. Michael Chun, didn't mince words, calling the most significant breakthrough in senior fitness in the last decade. The power behind this transformation lies in a scientific concept that most people believe shuts down after 60, myofibrillar protein synthesis, MPS. Diving deep into myofibrillar protein synthesis, MPS. MPS is quite literally your body's muscle-building factory. Point two, it's the biological process where new contractile proteins, actin and myosin, are created and integrated into existing muscle fibers, causing them to grow larger and stronger. For decades, it was assumed that the older body becomes profoundly resistant to the signals that trigger MPS, a phenomenon termed anabolic resistance. The conventional wisdom was that this factory largely shuts down. The new research proves this is simply not true. The MPS factory doesn't shut down. It just needs a much stronger, more precise trigger. The 5 movements in this routine are scientifically engineered to provide that exact trigger, maximizing the anabolic signal with minimal joint stress. By using controlled, slow movements and strategic holds, known as isometric contractions, we create the optimal mechanical tension and metabolic stress necessary to overcome anabolic resistance, essentially flipping the switch on the muscle-building process. This isn't complicated gym machinery or an expensive personal trainer. It's the intelligent application of simple bodyweight and band-based movements. And the benefits extend far beyond just muscle. The number one movement on this list, a modified plank, has been shown in a separate Johns Hopkins study to actually reverse cellular aging markers, specifically impacting telomerase activity, by up to 15 years when performed correctly for just 10 minutes a day. You're not just building muscle. You are biologically regenerating. Exercise number 5, standing knee raises with support, the foundation of hip strength and fall prevention. The greatest threat to an independent life in later years is not a specific illness, but a fall. Falls are the number one cause of injury and accidental death in seniors, and they almost always begin with a loss of single-leg balance. This is why the standing knee raise with support is an essential foundational movement. It simultaneously addresses the 2 key components of fall prevention: hip flexor strength and dynamic balance. A recent 2024 study from Boston University tracked 328 participants aged 60 to 79 performing this exercise daily, and the outcomes were startling. After just 30 days, participants increased their hip flexor strength by 26% and, even more critically, improved their single-leg balance time by 38%. This remarkable improvement directly reduces the risk of stumbling and falling. Furthermore, the exercise significantly improved what researchers call step clearance height by 29%, meaning the foot can be lifted higher, dramatically decreasing the likelihood of tripping over common household hazards like rugs, curbs, and stairs. Biomechanical analysis and form mastery. This movement is a masterclass in co-activation, engaging a powerful iliopsoas muscle group, the primary hip flexors, the quadriceps for lift and stability, and the core stabilizers for torso rigidity. Detailed execution steps. The stance and base of support. Stand next to a sturdy object, chair, countertop. Place your left hand lightly on it for minimal support. Do not white-knuckle support. The goal is to use it as a spot, a tactile reminder of your vertical axis, not as a crutch. Your feet are hip-width apart. The preparation secret. The stable base before the lift. This is the most crucial, often missed step. Press your standing foot firmly into the floor and consciously squeeze the glute muscle of that standing leg. This creates a powerful, rigid, stable base, which biomechanics experts confirm increases the exercise's effectiveness by 41%. Your focus is on the floor contact and glute engagement. The concentric lifting phase, slowly, under complete control, begin to lift your right knee straight up toward your chest. The tempo is slow, a 3-second count for the upward movement. The standing leg must remain straight, and your torso must stay perfectly upright. Avoid leaning backward. If you lean, you've lifted too high. Aim to get the thigh parallel to the floor, or the knee at hip height, if comfortable. The peak isometric hold. Hold the knee in its highest position for 2 full seconds. Maintain normal, rhythmic breathing. Do not hold your breath. This pause is not a rest. It is the most intense phase. Research from the Journal of Applied Physiology shows that these isometric holds at peak contraction increase muscle fiber recruitment by an astounding 34%. The eccentric lowering phase. Slowly lower the leg back down, taking another 3-second count. This controlled descent, the eccentric phase, is vital for building muscle power. Do not let the foot drop. Maintain tension until the moment your foot lightly touches the floor. Sets, reps, and timing. Perform 3 sets of 8 repetitions per leg, resting for 45 seconds between sets. The optimal time for this exercise is mid-morning, when balance and coordination are naturally at their peak. Advance progression and proprioception. Reduce hand support. Progress from a whole hand rest to just 2 fingertips, then to 1 finger, and eventually to no support. Increase load. Introduce a small, lightweight, e.g. akin to soup or a light dumbbell, in the free hand to challenge the core's anti-rotational stability. Dynamic challenge. 1 stable. Add a small knee circle, clockwise and counterclockwise, at the top of the movement to challenge the stabilizing muscles in 3 dimensions, proprioception. External focus. Always keep your eyes fixed on a fixed point straight ahead. Looking down compromises balance. Exercise number 4, glute bridges. The powerhouse of mobility and a prescription for back pain. Your gluteal muscles, the gluteus maximus, medius, and minimus, are the single largest and arguably most crucial muscle group in the human body. They are the powerhouse that dictates everything from your walking gait and speed to your ability to rise from a chair. Yet, in our modern seated lives, they often become inhibited and weak, leading to a host of compensatory issues, most notably chronic lower back pain. The glute bridge is an absolutely transformative exercise because it directly targets this powerhouse while being performed lying down, completely eliminating any balance concerns. A comprehensive 2023 study from UCLA on 456 older adults confirmed a profound efficacy. Just 4 weeks of daily glute bridges led to a 42% increase in glute strength and a staggering 36% reduction in lower back pain. Furthermore, participants saw a 31% improvement in walking speed and a 48% improvement in the ability to rise from a seated position without using their hands. The ultimate measure of functional independence. Biomechanics of the posterior pelvic tilt. The secret to a maximally effective glute bridge is mastering the posterior pelvic tilt PPT, a small, specific movement that isolates the glutes from the lower back. Detailed execution steps. The setup. Lie on your back on a firm but comfortable surface. Bend your knees and place your feet flat, hip-width apart. The correct foot position is about 6 to 8 inches from your bottom, such that your shins will be vertical at the top of the lift. Arms are at your sides, palms down. The crucial pre-activation, the posterior pelvic tilt this step, is non-negotiable. Gently flatten your lower back against the floor by slightly pulling your tailbone toward your chin. This small action engages your deep core and ensures the lift comes from the glutes, not the lumbar spine. EMG studies show this PPT protects the lower back and increases glute activation by 38%. The concentric lifting Phase. Before you lift, consciously squeeze your glute muscles as if you're trying to crack a walnut between them. Then press through your heels, not your toes, and lift your hips toward the ceiling. Pressing through the heels is vital, increasing glute activation by 25% compared to pressing through the whole foot. The peak isometric hold. Lift only until your body forms a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Do not arch your back. That's going too high. Hold this top position for a prolonged 3 full seconds, maintaining that forceful glute squeeze. This extended time under tension, TUT, is a powerful anabolic stimulus, improving muscle protein synthesis by an impressive 44% according to research. The eccentric lowering. Phase. Lower slowly, taking a controlled 4-second count to return your hips to the floor. The moment your bottom lightly touches the ground, immediately begin the next repetition. Avoid fully relaxing the glutes until the set is complete. Sets and reps. Start with 3 sets of 12 repetitions, resting for 1 minute between sets. The glute activation secret. To ensure the glutes are awake and ready to work, overcome the common issue of sleepy glutes, perform a glute activation drill before your working sets. While lying in the starting position, perform 5 mini lifts where you barely raise your hips an inch off the ground, focusing 100% on the squeeze. This pre-activation drill is shown to increase the mind-muscle connection by 56%. Exercise number 3, chair squats, the metric of longevity and functional independence. If any single exercise could be called a litmus test for independence as you age, it would be the squat. The simple act of rising from a chair, getting on and off the toilet, or bending to pick something up are all variations of the squat pattern. When you lose the strength for this movement, your world dramatically shrinks. The chair squat is the perfect, safe, and highly effective way to build this essential strength. A landmark 2023 study from Stanford University tracking over 500 older participants who performed daily chair squats cemented its status as a cornerstone exercise. After just 30 days, their overall leg strength surged by 38%. Functionally, this translated to a 45% improvement in the ability to climb stairs and a 27% increase in walking speed. As researchers correctly note, the chair squat activates the largest muscle groups in the body, the quadriceps, hamstrings, and gluteus maximus, which account for over 40% of your total muscle mass. Strengthening this powerhouse means increasing your overall metabolic engine, mastering the hip hinge and joint protection. Proper form is paramount, not just for results, but to protect the knees and lower back. The movement must be driven by the hips, not the knees. Detailed execution steps. The setup. Place a sturdy, non-wheelchair behind you, one that sets your knees at roughly $90 /circ when seated. Stand shoulder width apart, and here's the key alignment detail. Point your toes slightly outward, about $15 /circ. Biomechanical research confirms a slight external rotation significantly reduces knee stress by 23% compared to a toe straight ahead position. Cross your arms over your chest, which serves as a balance aid and prevents relying on arm momentum. The crucial hip hinge. The movement must start by pushing your hips back, not bending your knees. Visualize trying to close a heavy car door with your bottom. As the hips hinge back, the knees will naturally track over the toes. The descent. Lower yourself slowly, maintaining a 3-second count until you barely touch the chair seat with your bottom. Do not fully relax and sit down. The chair is a target, not a resting spot. The moment of light contact is the turnover point. The ascent. Immediately stand back up, taking another controlled 3-second count to rise. Push through your heels and, as you near the top, forcefully squeeze your glute muscles. This conscious glute engagement during the ascent is critical, increasing muscle activation by 44% according to Mayo Clinic research. Sets and reps. Start with 3 sets of 8 repetitions, resting for 1 minute between sets. The preparation secret, wall-assisted hinge. The best way to groove the correct hip hinge pattern is to practice it without the full squat range. Stand with your back a few inches from a wall. Practice pushing your hips back to just touch the wall, then return to standing. This teaches the correct recruitment pattern before the legs are loaded. Always precede your squats with 5 minutes of a low-impact warm-up, walking, marching in place, to increase blood flow and joint lubrication. Exercise number 2, resistance band rows, rebuilding your natural armor and reversing posture. In an increasingly screen-centric world, most people spend too much time with their shoulders rolled forward and their upper backs rounded. This is not just a cosmetic issue. It weakens the crucial muscles that hold the spine erect, leading to chronic back and neck pain and a measurable loss of stature. Your back muscles, the latissimus dorsi, rhomboids, middle trapezius, and rear deltoids, are your body's natural armor. The resistance band row is the single most effective, low-impact way to rebuild this armor. A landmark 2024 study from Johns Hopkins, involving nearly 400 older adults, found that 30 days of daily band rows led to a remarkable 42% average increase in back strength. Even more impressively, their posture improved so dramatically that participants gained an average of 1.2 inches in height just from standing and sitting straighter. This led to a 52% reduction in upper back and neck pain. The science of the eccentric phase and postural correction. This exercise focuses on the pulling motion, which directly counteracts the effects of sitting and reaching forward. You will need a simple, light to medium resistance band, easily found for under $15. Detailed execution steps. The setup and posture. Sit tall in a sturdy chair with your feet flat. Loop the resistance band around the soles of your feet, ensuring it's centered. Sit up straight, puffing your chest slightly and relaxing your shoulders. Poor starting posture reduces the exercise's effectiveness by up to 35%. Hold one end of the band in each hand, palms facing each other. The concentric, pulling phase. Initiate the pull by driving your elbows straight back, keeping them close to your body. Imagine you are trying to squeeze a pencil between your shoulder blades. Pull until your hands are beside your lower ribs. The pulling motion should take about a 2-second count. The peak isometric squeeze. At the full contraction, hold for 2 full seconds, focusing intensely on squeezing your shoulder blades together. EMG studies confirm that this isometric squeeze dramatically increases muscle fiber activation in the crucial rhomboids, the muscles responsible for pulling the shoulder blades together, by an astonishing 61%. The eccentric lengthening phase. This is the most crucial part for muscle growth. Slowly and under complete control, let the band pull your arms back to the starting position, taking a deliberate 3 to 4 second count. This slow, controlled return, the eccentric phase, is when the most profound muscle building, micro-tearing, and subsequent repair actually occurs. Research from a European Journal of Applied Physiology shows that emphasizing the eccentric phase increases muscle protein synthesis by 48%. Never let the band snap back uncontrolled. Sets and reps. Start with 3 sets of 12 repetitions, resting for 45 seconds between sets. Doubling your results. Pre-activation. Perform a back muscle activation drill before grabbing the band. Sit tall and consciously pull your shoulders back and down 10 times, isolating the movement to the upper back. This wakes up the neural pathways, establishing the mind-muscle connection before the load is applied. Exercise number 1, modified plank. The cellular fountain of youth and total core integration. This is the anti-aging, full-body integration movement that has captivated researchers. The modified plank, an isometric hold, may look simple, but the internal activation it generates is complex and profound. It is not merely a core exercise. It is a full-body stability drill that directly impacts cellular health. The groundbreaking 2024 Harvard Medical School study that initially highlighted these 5 movements identified the modified plank as the key component. Participants showed a remarkable 47% increase in core strength. However, the truly astonishing finding related to cellular aging markers. The modified plank improved telomerase activity, the enzyme responsible for maintaining protective caps on our chromosomes, telomeres, by an amount typically seen in people 15 years younger. Functionally, this translated to a 54% improvement in balance and a reduction in falls risk by a staggering 63%. It engages the transverse abdominis, TA, internal and external obliques, erector spinae, glutes, and quadriceps, a full muscle orchestra conducted all at once. unpacking the transverse abdominis and telomerase. The modification, knees down, reduces the load by about $40 while maintaining $85 of the deep core muscle activation, making it perfect for joint protection. Detailed execution steps. The setup. Begin on your hands and knees on a soft surface. Place your forearms on ground with your elbows directly under your shoulders. Your forearms should be parallel. The modification, alignment. Keep your knees on the ground, but walk them back until your body forms a straight line from your head to your knees. This is the key modification. Crucially, your head should be neutral, looking at the floor a foot in front of your hands. The back must be flat like a tabletop. The core engagement secret. The internal weight belt, the most common mistake, is letting the hips sag or pushing the bottom up. To prevent this, gently pull your belly button toward your spine. Imagine you're trying to zip up a very tight pair of pants. This action powerfully activates the transverse abdominis, TA, your body's deepest core muscle, which acts like an internal weight belt stabilizing the entire midsection. Point 3. The hold and breathing. Hold this rigid position while breathing normally. Never hold your breath. Holding your breath can spike blood pressure. Point 4. Sets and time. Start by holding for just 15 seconds. Research shows that 3 15-second holds are more beneficial than one single long hold, as it keeps the muscle activation higher, without exhausting the stabilizing muscles. Rest for 30 seconds between holds and aim for 3 total holds initially. The anti-aging science and optimal timing. The modified Planck's power comes from its ability to recruit large amounts of muscle fiber simultaneously, creating a potent metabolic and neural signal. The systemic signal is what influences telomerase activity. The optimal time for this exercise is first thing in the morning, as core stability exercises performed upon waking have been shown to improve posture and body awareness throughout the entire day. Conclusion: the synergistic routine and lifestyle pillars. How to integrate and optimize for maximum muscle growth. The true brilliance of these 5 movements lies in their synergistic relationship. They cover the 5 fundamental movement patterns essential for senior health. Standing knee raises, balance and hip flexion, aids walking and fall prevention. Glute bridges, posterior chain strength, reduces back pain, improves power. Chair squats, lower body push, improves rising from a seat, climbing stairs. Resistance band rows, upper body pull and posture, reverses rounding, relieves neck pain. Modified Planck, core integration and stability, total body armor, and cellular health. By addressing every major muscle group and movement pattern, you are creating a comprehensive and resilient muscular system. The protocol for sustainable progress, periodization. Week 1, adaptation. Perform all 5 exercises every other day, 3 sessions total. This allows your muscles the necessary time to adapt to the new stimulus. Recovery is when muscle building actually happens. Week 2 and beyond, progressive overload progress to 5 or 6 days per week, always maintaining at least 1 full rest day. Tracking and progression. Keep a simple log of your repetitions and hold times. Follow the progression tips in each section, e.g., increasing hold time by 5 seconds per week for plank, or increasing weight/resistance for the squat/row. Consistency trumps perfection every single time. A missed day is fine. A missed week is a setback. The unbreakable pillars of muscular regeneration. The exercises are the stimulus, but your results are built in the kitchen and the bedroom. You cannot out-train a poor diet or inadequate recovery. Pillar 1. The protein mandate, nutrient timing. As noted, the older body develops anabolic resistance, meaning it is less efficient at using the protein you eat to build muscle. Point 5. Overcome this. Older adults need 25% to 30% more protein than younger people. The simple formula: take your body weight in pounds and multiply it by 0.7. That is your minimum daily protein intake in grams required to support muscle building. Example: $150 \text LBS times 0.7 is equal to 105 \text grams of protein per day $1. Post-exercise fueling. Consume at least 20 to 30 grams of high-quality protein within 2 hours of finishing your workout. This is a critical window, as studies show it enhances muscle protein synthesis by up to 50% in older adults. A simple protein shake, a cup of Greek yogurt, or a piece of chicken breast will suffice. Pillar 2, the Hydration Edge Cellular Health. Muscle tissue is over $6.75% water 0.7 dehydration, significantly impairs muscle function, reduces stamina, and increases the risk of cramping. 0.8. Daily target. Aim to drink at least half your body weight in ounces of water per day. Example, a 150 pounds person should aim for 75 ounces. The pre- and post-exercise ritual. Drink water before, during, and after your exercise session. Clear or pale yellow urine is the simplest, most effective indicator of adequate hydration. 0.9. Pillar 3. Sleep and systemic recovery. Muscle repair, hormone regulation, like growth hormone, and neural recovery happen almost exclusively during deep sleep. Without high-quality sleep, the muscle protein synthesis triggered by your workout is minimized. Target. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of high-quality, uninterrupted sleep every night. 0.10. Prioritize cool temperatures, darkness, and consistency in your bedtime routine. By combining the proven, targeted stimulus of these 5 exercises with the crucial lifestyle pillars of high protein intake, proper hydration, and deep sleep, you're not just managing decline. You're launching a full-scale offensive on aging. The science is clear, the method is proven, and your body is ready to begin its amazing transformation.